With the Nikon Z8 finally out of the way, it's time to turn our attention to the next Nikon full-frame mirrorless camera. According to Nikon rumors, it's supposed to be priced between $2,000 and $2,500. Will it be the Nikon Z6 Mark III, the Nikon Z7 Mark III, or something else? Stick around after this short break for all the details. But first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, but most importantly, please subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost anything, it really does help this channel grow, and it keeps you up to date on the latest camera gear, news, and rumors. Nikon released the much-anticipated Nikon Z8 on May the 10th, 2023, to a very appreciative audience, topping sales expectations at major retailers worldwide and even exceeding Nikon's own estimates. And fall isn't too far away. Already I'm getting emails about back-to-school sales, and we should start to get camera announcements starting around the second week of September, leading all the way up to the first week of November. And we were expected to get 2 Nikon cameras to be announced in the fall semester, the Nikon Z6 Mark III and the Nikon Z7 Mark III. But according to Nikon rumors, things might have changed a little bit. While we might still get 2 Nikon cameras announced, so far only one camera has been registered. And that is the N2137 that was registered on June the 16th, 2023. And this is what Nikon rumors thinks the new camera is going to look like. I can't stop staring at the Nikon DF. It's just a beautiful, gorgeous looking camera. It's got those retro lines, that use of silver on black. It's got that same texture. And the camera looks great from every angle. And you know that EVF from this back view, it kind of reminds me of, what's that show? Battlestar Galactica, not the new one, but the one from the late 70s. Take a look at the top there. Doesn't that kind of remind you of the Cylons? That's funny, that just kind of appeared to me. And on this last slide, looking at it again from the top, there isn't a bad angle on this camera. And you can see right next to the Nikon ZFC, it looks very similar. Now the Nikon ZFC has slightly smoother lines. It's got a bit more of a cooler silver look. But still, if the new camera that's coming out this fall looks anything like the Nikon DF, I think many of us will be quite happy, although I suspect it'll come in many different skins. So the price of this new camera is rumored to be around $2,000 to $2,500. Now let's take a look at Nikon's current lineup. The Nikon Z7 Mark II is selling for right around $3,000. But when the camera first came out several years ago, it was priced right around $3,400. So I can't see Nikon, and yes, they did it with the Nikon Z9. They dropped the price of that camera by about $1,000, but I can't see them doing the same thing with the Nikon Z7, unless of course they keep the sensor the same, but then there's going to be that confusion between the Z8. Now, what I think Nikon's going to do with the Z7 is I think they're going to completely change out the sensor and image processor. I think this is going to be designed as a high-resolution camera, at least north of 60 megapixels, similar to what we see in the Sony A7R5. And I don't see them dropping the price. It doesn't make sense. Why drop the price? Why not increase the resolution? Make it a slightly different camera with serving a different community within that photography world, rather than just, you know, kind of competing against the Nikon Z8 and the Nikon Z9. I just have a problem with that. So let's take a look at the Nikon Z6 Mark II. It's currently selling for $1,996. That's right within the wheelhouse. That's right within the price point of the rumored camera to be announced this fall, between $2,000 and $2,500. Now Nikon could tack on 4%, 6%, or keep it exactly the same. And I am talking US-based price here. And I think that makes the most sense. I don't see it being a Z5, a Z50, a Z30, or anything like that. It doesn't make any sense. The only other possibility is something completely different. But the Z6 Mark II and the Z7 Mark II are definitely due for a refresh. And I think, based on my experience covering the rumors over the past couple of years and based on what Nikon's been up to, I think that we're looking at the potential of the Nikon Z6 Mark III to be announced sometime mid-September to mid-October. But that doesn't preclude that we aren't getting another camera like the Nikon Z7 Mark III, or maybe they scrap that name and come out with something different, the Nikon ZF, for example, to differentiate itself, because the Nikon Z8 has really taken over a lot of what the Nikon Z7 does now. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Now, what we're looking for is we're looking for another registration from Nikon. So over the next 30 days or so, if we get another registration, that would indicate another Nikon camera coming out sometime between 4 to 12 weeks. I don't think we're done with Nikon. I don't think that we're only getting one camera release this fall, but we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be a very exciting fall. We're expecting major camera announcements from Nikon, and this one's looking pretty exciting. We're also expecting a major announcement from Canon, Sony, and Panasonic. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news and rumors, well, then go ahead and click subscribe, but make sure you also choose all notifications. And for all the minor news and rumors, well, then go ahead and follow me on Twitter, because I'm constantly tweeting out all sorts of news stories that aren't quite big enough to have their own separate video. And I'm also tweeting out pricing information. The Canon EOS R5, that was off, I think, $850 at one point. It included a free battery grip. It's now only $200 off. We see discounts off the Panasonic S1H. We're seeing it off the Nikon Z6 Mark II. The Z7 Mark II was, the Z7 Mark II was also on sale, but it's no longer on sale, and it's changing by week. So definitely hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter if you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest, especially when it comes to pricing discounts. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great night, and we'll see you again soon.